So I had a lot of discussion and feedback on my "Should Christians Play Hogwarts Legacy" video. And I even had, I put in that original video of a Pokemon game that I bought for the 3DS being delivered to my house. And I kind of showed off a little section of my Pokemon collection in my game room so I could start a discussion there, because I knew I wanted to make this video in the future. So I've watched a lot of videos recently where a lot of them actually seem to be closer to like the early 2000s, late 90s, back when Pokemon went through its like huge initial craze with the Pokemon cards and the original games and all that. And what I noticed, it seemed to be more so like Southern Baptist preachers that continuously would make comments about Pokemon being evil.
But the one thing I've noticed about him right off, this is Pikachu, one thing I noticed about him right off was his tail. It's a lightning bolt, and it's a satanic Z.
I'm gonna put a clip in here where I got this guy talking about his satanic Z tail, on Pikachu that is. Just, I mean, some things that I have no idea.
The Pokemon trading card game is a new collectible card game that is made and distributed by Wizards of the Coast. What is a wizard? Male practitioner of black magic.
Yeah, I don't see a satanic Z. The issue with somebody stating that Pikachu's tail is a satanic lightning bolt, that's just wrong. If you use this process to discern everything, you will eventually not even be able to walk down the road without seeing something as demonic. Imagine how miserable life would be if you couldn't go outside while looking at something and seeing it as an evil entity. Imagine looking at a car or a mailbox and associating it with evil because you have trained yourself to believe everything is evil. That's what happens whenever you do that. If you are looking for something to be evil, you are going to find it. Alright, so let's quickly try to dig into the word evolution, because this is the word that scares off most people that are Christians and most parents that don't want their children playing Pokemon. You see, Pokemon was created in Japan. When it got to the States, localization and translation occurred. Two separate things done in production to make sure the Western world understands in their own culture what is exactly going on. If Pokemon was simply just translated word for word, there would be a mess of misinformation and ideas that would not make sense to the Western audience. We have to dissect the word evolution for what is occurring in Pokemon and how it differs from Darwin's theory of evolution, which we know to be false. Evolution never occurred, as all life was created by the Most High God. Everybody has a soul. Every person has a special place in God's heart. Now, I'm not going to try to translate the word evolution how it's pronounced in Japan, but we know that it means becoming more advanced, progress, development, improvement. Honestly, Pokemon are not evolving in a different species. The game itself has multiple different species types: water, fire, ground, air, you name it. Using Pikachu as an example, Pikachu begins life as Pichu, another lightning Pokemon. As Pichu grows, learns, becomes older, he can improve into Pikachu. Pikachu then can grow, learn, become stronger, and improve into Raichu. All three of them are lightning Pokemon, the same species. They're not evolving into other species. They are remaining the same species but improving, advancing. Alright, so let's take a look at John 10:16.
And I have other sheep that are not of this fold. I must bring them also, and they will listen to my voice. There will be one flock, one shepherd. Pokemon are animals of a fictional world. All of the regions in Pokemon are modeled after areas of our world: Japan, New York, Spain, to name a few. These places in Pokemon are inspired by these real-world locations. The same goes for the Pokemon themselves. Pikachu is inspired by a rodent. Gyarados is inspired by some gigantic fish. Psyduck is inspired by just that, a duck. So let us take a massive step back and look at Pokemon with this information from like the 35,000 foot view. Pokemon is a fictional world of fictional characters modeled after the real world. Pokemon is a fictional world based on many animals who battle each other and become stronger with every battle that they win. The issue with Christians arises within the powers of these animals and some of the controversial animals like Charizard, as he is modeled after a fictional dragon, or Hypno or Gringar for self-explanatory reasons. Supernatural powers and evil-themed animals utilizing these powers to do harm to somebody, another Pokemon or something, yeah, that's going to be controversial in the Christian community. So we can't just say Pokemon is perfect. We have to look into it just a little bit deeper.
Remember I said that they get their energy through energy balls. And here is a picture of cute little Pikachu, and he's being energized by an energy ball. And now you notice he's not quite so cute anymore, and his little satanic tail is really erect. Look at the yellow. What do you see?
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. Look here, all-seeing eye. Everybody see that? Up here is the clenched fist, symbol for rebellion, anarchy. Right down here is a powerful witchcraft symbol, where my finger is, powerful witchcraft symbol, and it's a symbol for fire.
So if you're going to become interested or play Pokemon, you just need to believe this with your heart. Genesis 1:20. And then God said, "Let the waters abound with abundance of living creatures. Let the birds fly above the earth across the face of the firmament of the heavens." So God created the great sea creatures and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds multiply on earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. You must believe that every living creature came from God and God alone. So if you are going to partake in Pokemon, you must follow certain rules. Let's look into Deuteronomy 18:10 through 11. "Let no one be found among you who sacrifices their son or daughter in the fire, who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, or engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or a spiritist, or who consult the dead." We must make sure that we beware of the magic and other magic type Pokemon and things within the game that do sorcery. As long as you stay on a path in the game that avoids this, I don't believe God's going to have a problem. At the end of the day, we need to look at 1 Samuel 16:7. "But the Lord said to Samuel, 'Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him.'" The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but Lord looks at the heart. Let's just say your entire team on Pokemon Scarlet is all fairy and psychic, and you feel guilty about it or what have you. Don't, because God knows your heart. God knows you're not intentionally trying to sin. You're not intentionally trying to do this. But now that you know, be mindful, be wary in the future.